I'm filming. Yeah? Say hello. Hi. I just mixed up some araldite or epoxy resin, filled some holes, just sanded off that high lump used to be sticking out more, looked a bit gammy. Just I'd streamline it a bit. Up here, my Monte Carlo cheek pieces, my cheek fitted lovely in there, but that little bit used to kick back with the recoil of the rifle and kick me in the lip a little bit, so I sanded that high lump off, made it all lower, and actually sanded that down a bit so that when the barrel goes back on I can put a ramrod straight through the bore. Don't have to use the pull through anymore. Oh, that's not scratches, they're lines. They're called medullary rays. That's where the grain of a tree, where nutrients get fed across the grain of the tree. Yeah, and anyway, just tidy that up. Drilled a hole in the bottom because I used to have a thing on it called a Monopod. Hold on, I'll find it there. 1 second. Find it. I do have to tidy this place up. Hold on, I'll find the Monopod. Jeez, where is it? 1 second. It's here somewhere.
What's that party thing? What's that party thing up there?
What party thing? Oh, there was a festival up in Longford. I went to it. The security at it. My Monopod. Here it is. Here it is. This used to be on that, folds up, but it looked a bit gammy. So now I bored a hole in it. I wanted an internal built-in monopod of my own design. So I'm going to put this threaded bar through it with a kind of a knob that hopefully kind of complements the look of the stock.
You make the hole bigger and then you put that in.
Yeah, that's right. I glued that little nut in after drilling a hole. And now I'm going to sand this off. And the technique I'm going to use to sand it is put it in this cordless drill, spin it, and hopefully get it kind of symmetrical. So I'll put this sander going. Yes, stick it in there. That's right, little tiny. Okay? So, cover your ears. Going to make noise. Okay, Lana? Okay, keep watching. Hopefully it works anyway. Won't film for too long because see how this goes. Okay? You don't mind the noise? Alright, that's nice. Always wear safety spectacles. Seems to be taking shape. Putting a kind of a round on it. Hard to hold the phone steady, film at the one time, but slow enough process. Okay, now I'm going to use vernier calipers to check how deep I've drilled the hole. There, it's just bottoming out right there. Right. Yeah, that's our depth. Now I'm going to transfer that depth onto my threaded bar. I'm going to cut it the thickness of a bolt, of the nut I mean, longer, because I want the nut as well as just this, to give it a bit extra tightening. So I'll wind the nut. It's hard to hold the bloody phone. I'm going to wind the nut up to the length I want this to be. And then I'm going to cut it off with a hacksaw. Okay? No point in me filming all this process. Hope the people watching this aren't idiots. You're watching, Lana?
Yeah. You're trying to stick it together.
Yeah, something like that. Something like that, hey? Okay, I'm going to put that in the vise, cut it off with a hacksaw. good to hang things up in your little tool shop. Because hanging things up rules. Hanging things up rules, I tell you. Okay, right, I'll cut this off and then I'll see how it looks sat in. That little thing that it's all about aesthetics at this stage. I want it to look good. Functionism is everything, but it has to look nice as well. Yeah, I was wearing dust from this thing. Anyway, look, there, I just put in that knob. It looks a bit, what do you think, Lena? Think it looks nice? I don't know.
Yeah.
Look, it's functional, it works for me, it's neater than what used to be there. Yeah, there's a bit of brown there. Now, I still don't know whether to put the sling behind it or in front of it. I'll figure that out soon enough. Ah, the swivel for the sling that carries a rifle on my shoulder. But anyway, there it is. That's brilliant for what I want it for. Looks a bit weird, but hey, it's what I want. I can wind it down now.
You can paint
I could paint it some weird colour if I want. I could stain it, but I didn't want to lose those nice little shivery, you know, medullary rays. You know, I think they look lovely. I don't want to stain over them and hide them. And it looks a bit yellow, the whole gun, you know. I'm glad I took that big fat lump that used to be sitting down there off it. I think the whole thing looks a bit more streamlined. What? Big lump. There used to be a big lump there. It was wood. I just took it down a good bit. If you look at previous videos, you'd see what I'm talking about. And yeah, so that's. I just have to sand that now with a finer grit sandpaper.
Why did you put that
And
there?
so it's to wind. It's for when I'm doing like rest shooting long ranges. I can just elevate things, do fine adjustments.
Does the other thing show
Look, I
you
don't know what shape to make it, but
show
look.
you how far does the bullet go?
It's for putting the bullet on the target, and it's for doing really steady shooting.
The black thing.
Oh yes, that's a telescope that sits on top of the barrel.
No, that know where the bullet goes.
Yeah, well I have to see, and I know where the bullet goes because I see the hole it makes. Okay, sure, look at.
The whole thing.
I think I'll just go with that.
Now I have to
Give it a
decide
fine
what
sanding,
this table-
varnish it. What else can you do?
I want to tie this
That's what I'm
table.
looking for.
Where did you put the stuff to tie up this table? Where did you put the stuff?
Knob on my rifle. Oh, look. I must do a tidy up. You're right. Okay. Okay, coming up here. There's a finer. Oh, Jesus. It's going around. Look. Still has, isn't it? I'm just going to give it a finer sanding. And a random orbital sander. Polish it off a bit better. So anyway, there it is. Look, my finished inbuilt monopod winds up and down. I can wind that down to a good height. I mean, the only reason I'd want that wound right down would be if I'm shooting down a hill for some reason. But anyway, that's unlikely. But it's there if I need it. An inbuilt monopod. That threaded bar goes right up inside in the stock. Looks a bit strange, like a kind of a queen wasp's nest, her first wasp's nest of the season. But anyway, it's functional, looks good. Took off that big high lump off the bottom of the thing, looked a bit silly. So made the stock look a little bit more streamlined. Very happy with it. Ended up putting the swivel at the back there, closer to the back the better. It stops the rifle kind of swinging around while I'm carrying it. Slung over my shoulder. So anyway, looking good, and I'll film myself shooting at a range sometime. Demonstrate some accurate shooting. It's well capable of it. It's brilliant. Thrilled with my rifle. Looking good. Okay, enjoy. You too can have this.